What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching me on YouTube. Once again, I'm giving you my honest, unapologetic opinion about an issue that faces my community, the government, and of course the corrupt mainstream media. See this guy? That's Chicago rapper Common. Common is not only a rapper, he's an actor and an activist, and he is one of the few positive rappers out there. But to Fox News and conservative talk radio and the blogs, he's a foul, scary, cop-killing rapper. Let's take, for example, Sean Hannity. Let's listen to some of his comments.
President's calling for greater civility to inspire people in Tucson. Why is the First Lady, Michelle Obama, why did she schedule a poetry evening and invite several poets, including Chicago poet, rapper, Lonnie Rashid Lynn, a.k.a. Common? Well, let's hear a little bit of what Common's thoughts on poetry have been in the past.
Use your mind and nine power, get the government touch. Them boy chat on how him pop gun. I got the black strap to make the cops run. They watching me, I'm watching them. Them boys got a lot of in them. My people on the block got a lot of pock in them. And when we roll together, we be rocking them to sleep. No time for that, cause it's things to be done. Stay true to what I do so the youth dream come. From project building, seen a fiend being hung. With that happening, why they messing with Saddam? Burn a bush, cause for peace he no push no button. Killing over oil and grease, no weapons of destruction. How can we follow leader when it's a corrupt one? The government's a G unit and they might buck young. Black people in the urban area one. I hold up a peace sign but I carry a gun. Peace, y'all.
All right, so that's the person that our First Lady, Michelle Obama, has invited to a poetry reading, where in part this poetry includes threatening to shoot police, one passage calling for the burning of then-President George W. Bush. On this rapper controversy, Common, who talks about, who's invited to the White House for a poetry, an evening of poetry with the President and the First Lady, and even though this guy calls for shooting President Bush, killing President Bush, and killing cops. What's up, Theodore? You support this lunatic going to the White House? You think this is the age of civility Obama's lecturing us about?
Well, first of all, Mr. Hannity, what you need to do is clean up your own house before you start trying to make blacks shuffle and...
I'm not trying to make anybody shuffle.
Let me explain something to you.
You explain it to me.
One of your good friends is Bill Kristol. His father was a Nazi. Why don't you question him about his background and his current thoughts?
I don't know what you're talking about. Here is this so-called poet and rapper talking about killing cops and threatening a president of the United States. And you don't have a problem with him being invited to the White House by the President and First Lady.
Well,
None at all.
What I have a problem with is a person like yourself, sir,
like myself. I can't say it.
Hobnobs with people whose fathers were Nazis.
How do you view good poetry? You know, what do you consider good poetry?
Well, I think I asked you a question first. Can you answer my question first?
Yeah, because I see a big difference. If I look at a movie that is just for pure entertainment purposes, that's one thing. But this is supposed to be a poetry festival at the White House. This is the people's house. This is where our president, our first lady, that represent all Americans are. And I can't justify bringing in a guy that talks about killing police officers, people whose job it's hard enough, and talking about killing presidents of the United States. And if you don't see the inappropriateness of that, I can't help you. There's no help for you.
The controversy ginned up because First Lady Michelle Obama invited Common to speak poetry at a poetry session at the White House. Conservatives are all upset about it and they want Common to rescind his invite. Understand this. Common has an opinion. Sean Hannity has an opinion. Both of them don't agree on things, but they're entitled to say whatever they want. But the reason why I'm making this video in regards to what's going on with the media is that Fox News is making hay over a trivial issue once again trying to paint the president as a black radical. And coming from my perspective, being a black man living in America under the disgust of what's going on through the Republican Party and its allies in the conservative movement, it makes me less likely to vote Republican because of the stuff that Sean Hannity, Glenn Beck, Rush Limbaugh, Bill O'Reilly, Michelle Malkin, Matt Drudge, Andrew Breitbart, and even those in the blogs say, do, or react to. Sarah Palin, for example, is not a serious person to run for president. She is one of those type of people who has this inflammatory rhetoric, but yet she gets a pass, but not Common, not Ludacris, not Snoop Dogg, not Jay-Z, not Eminem. I understand that rap music is controversial. Just like talk radio. Everybody has a controversy somewhere. But the thing here is that when you make a mountain out of an anthill over petty stuff, just to see the reaction of the bigots who hate President Obama to the black people who support Common and the president and first lady, we created a race-based narrative. We created race baiting. And Sean Hannity and many like him are notoriously known for supporting controversial artists, politicians, people who sign controversial laws. And of course, Sean Hannity just recently talked to Donald Trump, who thought the blacks are some of the people he associates with. Now, you tell me, who's more of a problem? Is it Common or conservatives? I wasn't going to talk about Osama bin Laden. Every other YouTube video has something to do with Osama bin Laden. I didn't want to waste my time doing any videos about it.